me mikura PhD. Mikura PhD for me and son. Sa mo ton Ghana o. Wo so paper no mo a no masai.
Ya hwim assign IMF be kwa kukutwetwe ti ni assign our debt wa. Sa kasa na emfata no onyai. Ade a waya na obi en kan hwe nti. Da bia na okoso ye.
Party for ni
Abusuan kamia ese Kennedy akompre ko Agyapong ene wagine ne so e wo MPP amonyakuo nim na onim se ne nsema woka keka ne nyina no nyaade a obi abenya kwan ayi na no na so ene wono matotu bia ma ne papa ma da kitafo okora na mi se o maba mu ye abu o mo were ya ho fi se Kennedy ensem bi ya na okohia na kitafo a wokeka no ene ebinum e kire se ya na eho ehia saa wo mu se okuku edu obu edu nema bi oho no mo a wo mpese wo be ma na hye wo mu wo ka manipa nyina ehu na so yesi asem bia wo bre ene babia wo ka no a ya na ni monyam hye wo mu de enti ena no pay sansensem mu ya fa Kennedy akompre ko ho Agyapong abeto abontene ye nyina beka ya last week ya ena wonum nyina 5 candidates ni nyina ko ya wonum ko sign peace pact chese ni nyina no na eya asumdwe abuam ena wonum ka konom na orum yese sebi nipa enum ni nyina no kratan de asem ni nyina bae no de nsem ni nyina bae no se nipa enum no amoka akogina asem pese mutu franka no eye deni abako na ebeweni na wonum besre se obi obeweni bia se Kennedy na ebeweni o se Bryan na ebeweni o se Bawumia o se Adutwumo se Kwabena Agyapong obi obeweni bia enan no aka no munjintum na nya asomdwe na munyina mo nkota na chi na MPP amonyakuo no enko we ene ensemu a MPP mpenifo no wonum kotwere ku nkrata so a Kennedy komuni yakum se adenti na obi weni a menjintum adenti ena obi weni ya se metumi bo ati hwehwem fise bia na yasisime na sisie na yasisime no so wo kire se afra se de no mokoto ye 2024 de na no mode be prepare ayi no wo kire se ba bi ho no ma wonya 100 and something obekọ ne atibu afri so neno na Kwabena Agyapong busa se he ne bre na ne yeto aba no nkofo no omo center ho no na omo wo he omo nkrata na omo twere to se wunya 100 no na ewo he ene nti wakogina bebia na pokpa na Kwabena Agyapong se ebre du se Kennedy no ye kire ne bibi Kennedy no ye kire ne bibi
na etore bi I think we have to call the bluff of Kennedy Agyapong. We studio ha me no aka bibi da.
Yeah.
Na me ya na me pese to say ya hwim ni assign ko IMF be ko kutwetwe ti ni assign our debt wa sa kasa na emfata na onyai ade a waya na obi en kan hwe nti da bia na okoso ye me so the bia na kan bibi na nya. I try to correct him because I'm a custodian of the history of our party.
Yeah.
Men trauma obi me good party ntia asema o kan num se nya no kre enso wo ka ade na o complain about clause na kire se ye to abana eso accept is there o ka se na se on pese o sign because e bia na esisiu
enye wono ko Bryan champion so kan bibi kakra na Bryan asema o kan se dey na wo mkoshia peace pact ono a wo mo be sign peace no o hu Kennedy animu anu hu se Kennedy bana wo ba ho no na enya adwen papa no de ba ho Kennedy ba se oba be spark bibi se de be ya ne hu betuhran ama manfo hu se yes Kennedy e bema na te se Kennedy din aheta nti oba ye nyina no na wamuna nanim kusu wono Bryan ye de obetimi ase Kennedy ti wanim na ya ba hase ye ba be pre asomdwie ya ba hase ye ba be pre nkabo mu se party mpanimfo ade na wonko wamuna kusu se de wono obi wa asemi Kennedy ti wanim
akade fi wo da kwanna enya seketwa Nini se mulea mama ntambo mawa nupa se utafu tiwani ndie sire kakra ba aha ne ba be nkabo mana me bo aha nkabo na ha na shafi na wani ma yoni be nkabo mdie ina semketwa problem wo ya manu kuru mudi mo videos no party for ni sane me shamubo the shamubo me sa shamubo happy 1st February ye to only 31st February ye the discipline ebe baya manu kuo.
Nensense bebre no a na akoso fa saa nema ye ho. Na bepese wunya daje na wutie Kwabena gye Agyapong. Ne buofu watutu bi dia mane Kennedy papa wa kire se mema ewo amanyokuo nim, se mema ewo MPP, se wo mu nim de ka bi ewo mu no ebi wo MPP mu. Nyanto boase ne tie Kwabena gye Agyapong ne mom e ma yo mfi se wo be like video yi, subscribe, share, wadwen kire pa ne hia ye kese.
Sane epedia ne nkofa me madam for Chatawale ono bejina bonto nipa nyina be puaba ono e popular anase Stone Boy anase Sakode anase Mboa Kwame
Segaluba tasia
me hero Daddy Lumba ankwani so tasia se na onde ka ono be di president and so ono bo nyuma Akufo-Addo enti bibia politics and running a government is not like business to munya sanse mo ne yekeka no. Running a government is not like business or personal business. Running a government, you need a lot of things.
What's the difference here?
The difference here is first and foremost, here subai, here nyansa, here abotre, here enidi.
But how are people?
You need all that to be able to run the government. After all, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah started the industrial base of this country, so no new businessman.
Although no,
and I know only business. And I know any business. And Tienya is a casano. Sasanity there. Say Sika any business. Kadango any president. Nigeria. Bill Gates any president. America. And I say Elon Musk. Kasatso of South Africa.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. Na me no me campaign me pese me bo obedient na say. But never be ya bufu kakra. Nipa ni bi kasa no ya ebufu kakra kasa te se de ye ne wo party ni ye ho
yeah
so ho dem chiro no na kasa ni bi wo ha emfata eni die dim emfa ebu so emma so because we are see Kwame Nyankopon e free bibi destiny
yeah
so niema PC wo wiase enti edru se abato se de obetimi ayere na waka timi de menam me two party for no for especially say abano aye to 2024 no yeah party for can say be kire President Akufo-Addo onya 6.7 million plus
yeah
President Mahama nya 6.2 2020 come 2024 President Mahama less than 200 no de be can dey CSU nya 200 can 6.7 no KHM 700
yeah
a Tiba FM 4.6 over 2 million difference
at a time where the voter register
had gone up. The tier ya say 2 million unreflective of President Muhammad. She say nkrofo no mbu afu no mutifie. No maka asem akire. Ti ese ye di aso etie ete wonase. Ni say nti no MPP ni beti maka say me nto aba mpese ma me party ba opposition. Na she say neme bi koso a anye ne de.
She say opese Ghana fu hu oni so adi hunu a ni here say say to abama na be not just a flag bearer but as a president of the nation. Na person never been pa na now they see oni so
maybe me te say mu bo ni maybe so
yeah
titru na captured under the 6-point plan.
Yeah,
because when said the last time about me can say politics na you know aman yosem ye your mind see your mind there esi enye ubia na ni so adi hu no
yeah
na ebinuma I say politics no say popularity contest to say momomochion say dede ni ade I said senkai benya in pager discussion ni enye national debate nanka nipa ye no so nipa no nanka central for to say mo ana moderators be media na mabusa ensem and no be shifty discussion from ensem a emfata ekoso to eniema ehia oman Ghana ene ye party MPP me kan who senka media phobic they attempted because omo frame me say omo ne yemumien so sen akasa no magiatum me hwe omani ma ema ti campaign team decided say na be policy day January 20th, last Tuesday.
Yeah.
And a year policy day. Now me lay out my 6-point plan for Ghana. ninchire mu an say ade ba ko amehu say ha Ghana pa ye kankro nsasesem.
Yeah.
Governments after governments whereby so World Bank discabia by land BBB lap 1 lap 2 lap 3 still ene ukokotsa over 30,000 cases choku ye court system and asase so de ebusuen bi e wo Ghana e bia wasase. Now I want us to use land as an asset to unlock capital. Because me a press secretary to Mampeni Kufo, Penny Bubiba, a friend of Professor De Soto, no free South America. O can say model omo use a man said be omo any be a peasant farmers in South America was to use land, titled land, as an asset and not to me unlock capital. Because Kwame say who assassin. Now you draw boundaries properly. Now a wood dear. Now you've gone through the processes. Now we create title over the land. Etiseska.
Yeah.
Sebi atakwame kra nesiswa. Etiseska. And no value abetimia value ma odi akọ bank. Na bank ahweso ma obi a be 30 to 40% of the value kra. Say fu bi na we ya na odi atrem. Say process na bi na we ya na odi atrem factory mu. And no be creative wealth. And no so na di enyuma ebeba. Because idea back one threaten this country unemployment. There has been a population explosion in Ghana hano a trebia mpese you confront two issues so you face issues ukoka me director of operations was Kwabena besa me lusu vote na denam se nema ni edin so me enka. There has been a population explosion in this country. Many fee na Ghana near 9 million, 11 million. Within the last 20 years, I could do 35 million.
Yeah.
Facilities available to us are almost the same. And here there at the stress and strain ebetoso. We share. Yes, sir. Who drew traffic light? Nipa nyina ho se eton ade ama. Who drew nkran? It is an eyesore. Ubusa no so say madam nsa komano. Maybe na meet you. Ubi can ba container bi.
Yeah.
Na ubi abeje o. Asase no, the question is, eye wo dia na se enye wo dia. Yes, yes, she oman no mra. There can't me urban regeneration and rural renewal. Because me de makada say yes be a civil engineer, but I'm very passionate about the environment. My postgraduate degree I'm here at University of Surrey or Guildford, UK, was in environmental and water engineering. And to be a environment ho edua greenery near adeno damakomaso.
But I deviate you
completely. And when I talk about enforcement of rules and regulation and imposing order and discipline in our country, and non America, and no sooner here, Kwame, some of these things are not quantifiable.
Yeah.
But he hasn't BBR. So because when I say, if we are saying it here, livelihood in Tidiati. I say, yeah, boy, a brow, you know, man, no mining in Abbey. Oh, Cassam, unemployment, I say, inflation, waha, Nancy Kruma, if you are home for some day. Ye two a baby 1 year trim. And so then, baby, posters, billboards, and near my tantan, they cross roads, no cry net.
It's
because assemblies, no, a dear time, and yeah, one more time.
Now the visual quality is so deplorable.
Just say,
just say, where's number baby? I'm not going for Confanachi Teaching Hospital, but be a Confanachi statue. Now, here say this is a monumental statue. Identify vehicles.
That's right.
Electricity posia. Say, like, I think I took a photograph. Me say a built environment. If we are say, so we could do baby. Now we see from now rec room. Interest rate. GDP. Inflation. Strength of currency. The obe who say a chrono a dahono efa na se enyefe. Nti wura baby so Toronto say billboards are any tantan or Ghana. Because the city does not accept it. Open so yeah,
Omokase use flowers into both greenery into all the adverts are horticultural. So into as a country sometimes make okasa etura bia wan hwe yi na obi agiwano akosi bone memu yesi Kwabena de na aroga na say but you are sitting as Ghanaians enye kra se uba Kumasi ha any in crime. These are the two biggest cities. Now ko suburban areas na hwe ba bia ni patetia Kwame sebi we de enye se munyima no nsi sumina so time na enye feso so architects because aesthetically not eye pleasing.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, that was my research work.
That's right.
I did
visual communication.
Yeah.
So me who idea no it's visual communication.
Yeah.
How do you communicate visually? Because when you say all the lawns are manicured. Yeah, bibia efa unhu fini ade. Eno na first near Freha Garden City no. Say enyumere Kwame wo sorry be 11 now drive around Kumasi we dey Mr. Meka I time papa containers si ha we abubu nu si ha ukobus no say mano me pebibia ma mensa akoma no. That should not be at the detriment of the state. Intermediate rules and regulations of the built environment today a idea me passionate about. Intina I'm talking about urban regeneration planning. Say Ghana ya ni akosi sedin you say unhu town and country planning pe unma de kro mo ye ene ya sesen din say land use a wakradodo enti obi a fi the town and country planning kra ye jai
ehoni
na hu obi dia bo wasi no me say ya me amadum na me sa na ema nyina ese yi fi ho na nipa na ne phone la eyi na wo no na wa charge no na wa me ya te no so ama on the phone nti utimi ade na so do ko bo na ba ko so bo form anti advertising spaces na de nyina anya properly organized nti drivers kra no their sight lines are blocked.
Yeah,
you get into junctions bi ha unhu de oba di agra obi bekun because obi the advert bi abesi ekwan ho anya regulated. And all these things can be done when we enforce regulations. Ghana running you know how built environment regulations. Now, dear Baku Ghana, I want any planning permit. The obeti any building permit. But an area should be declared a planned area. And sana ya allow development. Amanabaho. Tikwame, e can't near na medi chirewi.
Very, very useful.
So
very useful.
And some of these things na important. And again, yeah, public services. Yeah, over politicizing public services. No? To the sense, and the Kolebu, Konfuanochi, any Tamale General Hospital, it means you say, well, you end this in the way. Baby, if I are so there. Baby, Kasani Mehuya. These are the areas of professionalism, the height of professionalism. And Tinipanu would him dieno bet my ejuma, as ye shekway, no yen ejuma. Sana esi omaino na omaya bibia ye pese ye hwe e de fa political and you mood say political lenses there my these are things President Agyapong will work and restore meritocracy, professionalism. And so I can't my 6-point plan me kasa me so me koye adwuma wo Ghana Highway Authority me university civil engineer unum say o ba yiro ho aye adwuma na wa rise na wa ba chief executive because of the engineering institution. So places like VRA, ECG, GNPC, Ghana Gas, I think such technical institutions, state institutions, they will do with much less political tinkering.
Yeah.
Because we are ukofa obi besi womuso. One, na unima jumano. Ibikra enya ne background. Now the number because we're a political hack. It demotivates one way
under him. Yeah.
Yes, who have the institutional memory. So a boo bem. So them children. And Tisani many be we are president. You've got to exercise discretion. So now when you're overly political, and to me, President Mahama Baya, or with the military, I was very disappointed.
to sack them.
Just say, Obia, what the deputy minister, what the minister, what the vice president. I'm a better mails who yes so. To the woody 6 months be a with their mails there. What be do first term 4 years? Yes, some another to the only person under this republic obedi more than 2 terms because 6 months be hold my mails. Into experiences in our home. Mistakes are be we are seeing in our home. The last 8 years in my course near my year ding. Until he has no excuse to fail. Until your first decision is to wipe out the top of the military. Over 20 senior officers. Until Bonnie Omoye and say no more senior officers during MPP time. And which is only MPP for. And to sign your many buha as politicians, SC stop. President Kufuor Anyanisa. You better General Kafia. Omani Wie.
Namfuri was there.
Namfuri crowd on the no DB and Chinipa. Oma Namfuri Wie Ansana Ousu Poku Nansen we frim. Ebeye Ansana Ousu Sia.
Yeah, Brekum
Penny or Henny Ansana. I mean, you are penny Kwasia Champon. So the police institution was protected, the hierarchy. So now where there. What former Kuyi Brigadier be until Lieutenant General, Major General, or BS or Biakufi, because according to your statutes, no, Omunti Mincha, Omu Junior Prusi. That was a security threat. Tinansebi Okujina baby say what TB say cool bini anapse. Papa, wa kohunusui.
As a Gujana
for say one hunusui. So near Nonko, one of the bastions of our democracy, the judiciary.
Yeah.
This assault on the judiciary, say, who opposition? Wow, say President Akufo-Addo, I pack Supreme Court no with the favorites. I mean, for President Akufo-Addo, the NPD, na se vacancy ba no afele.
Yeah.
Of course, I know na me Kwabena Agyapong as a person. Na me no nyadwene because me feel say court no. One more do do. A come a 6-point plan no.
Yeah.
Me feel say the court should not be more than 11 judges. A country of
Supreme Court judges.
Supreme Court. Okay. They shouldn't be more than 11 judges. Me nyakra yin remove 70 years in. Me you anemia boa. Na say me kosra no. Ne ho den.
Yeah.
Teresa Wood Theodora Wood. Akufu no Christian who den Akufu ne who den enti aden no kotena fie ye behwe omo because they retire on their full salary.
Yeah.
The oba si na so ye be sent tuaneka. Double jeopardy for the economy no say yiniska uniska so mo ye niema ehiesika. So tell me them be president kakra so I want to bring it down to 11.
Okay. And let them stay longer. Because lawyers there, I say wine. Yeah.
The longer they stay, when engineering, human, concrete, judgments are advancing. Where the 85 cry and say, or a healthier, or bit my juma.
Yeah.
Until we let them stay in till they become health wise unable to perform their functions. Yeah. That is my desire. And son, no replace the opportunities that arise for overzealous presidents are very limited.
Yeah.
Because in 8 years, beer nye nipa two bini beer sebi obi omho beka ombe free. Because abontin okase Akufo-Addo din krofo. Wo dey buy na vacancy mayo. Appointed 7 at a go bin si Ghana ada 7 Supreme Court judges. Yeah. Say so mbru 20. How? So, enti dear who can any dear uye, there should not be a big difference. And so a Ghana for any. So some of these things are near me highlighted the Chile Ghana for.
Yeah.
And then of course my own favorite sports and the arts and entertainment. Yeah. Because we feel say arts and entertainment, one of the biggest avenues a bit may generate employment.
Yeah.
See chance funia. They almost friend of props no. Nipa ye hu adwuma. Almost dozen.
Yeah.
And bit man kola into film and television and directing and producing. Ni nyina a job opportunity.
Yeah.
And I as president will be deliberate about it. And also to make sure say ye artists no, they should own their genius. Say the nyankopon aboa Emma, because of streaming in
that from no.
But we should work harder for them to become even richer.
Yeah.
Because it builds our economy and adds to GDP. No. And I want to protect them and enhance them. And
even enhance our culture. Protect our culture.
Add tourism. Because Ghana, we have a 540 kilometer coastline. From Paslao to Hafasini, Jewiwaf. It is dotted with a lot of historical forts and castles. Ayeja na prokeke. I bet me I build a story around it.
Yeah.
So them children. Na no bet me generate jobs because hospitality there. Say usi hotel womo enu aduane ho. Womo barman ho.
Yeah.
Womo chamber sisi empower ho. One more technicians and maintaining facilities so just it takes up a lot the hospitality industry. And that's because I'm owns a bear for near many see factory. And me funny party say first because we are automated.
Yeah.
We are automated. And non as a journey which sectors of the economy a bit may take on population I explode this say and Kolane Dawson and they are building investors the decision to transform the technical polytechnics into universities. So, because polytechnics not build the practical people.
Yeah. You're full-fledged university. They tend to also do humanities,
which is not what we need. And to say and purchasing. And a human resource, and KST, you know, na KST, we are professor of social studies, and I'm saying, how they say, then I could be, or they be a friend and all. I'm saying, how they say, because technical university is technical university.
Yeah.
Uko Germany, the status there. That's how they build their industry and get people to manage and run the industry and maintain equipment. Those are the things we need. We've taken a lot of decisions in the past. Aha, oh my. Na ninyina here see being public spirited individuals. Ombedi omayanim. Omo yenkrofo mbepe omo ebeka no kra akire omo. Kwa me ade ha Ghana sese ni yodium. Unya positioner na womo me from enablers na ye pian. Hey,
the last time you saw sycophancy has become
an enterprise. Sycophancy has become an enterprise. Near Boji also to Uba Osin Hine. Ye Casa Bravetina, now man for the Chiniani, the member president, a woman, mom, minister, Macajas, a movie anyway. Oh no, you know, Obama, you know, now PAB, Betrahoni and Veto.
Yeah.
Who show you US Senate near Vetin Crawford, who said, Wom Krum for the it creates a certain impression. Say, Abemo Okodidi. That shopping mentality. No, free.
Yeah.
Intimacy be party for Abana Ebetui. Bakasi. It is for the battle for the soul of our party. Because party no no. Me to say me nyake to amankwemenu. Me take.
Yeah. Also about my first meeting.
Aye.
Young executive.
Too much. Yeah, I'm me the nam sakra that time I feel me 1991 92. Young engineer Misika say enso ye kushia busumi bi obi aye contribution ne akeka bom ne dia koma ageni mboaten.
Was it because that time na pepper say MPP was an alternative a bit ma Ghana ye. And I say, it's just the dislike of NDC.
Debbie. Certain PNDC. One, the dislike for military dictatorship.
Okay.
Because apart from saying that, we had suffered personal trauma.
Okay.
Which I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
But Ghana, in a matter of 2 years, over 535 people dead or missing. Up to now, I account for it. Ashanti Media, Kolano ne Dawson.
Yeah.
So over 60,
resonate.
That's right. 60% of the voting population, only under 40.
Yeah.
Sa time yen namsa amani hunimu Ghana hanyina oma enhubi. Obi odi 50 class that I know edi 10 years.
Yeah.
And teachers below 54 nyina omu nim di akoso. Enti binya akwanye se ya na se me ti hu kakra I'm not being imprisoned by the past. There be yes, sir. Nanso so, yes, you nim baby a free bar. One here or nim kono, obey rakwan. Intimidate party, ye chichino to wache, any day, kasapa, and kabum. And no ma party no be mama Kwame to be a kasa MPP for the omi a crash for party. Omi ne peta ebon e se ko to there be crowd esre. Enti because ne kasa hote na anidie wo ho na enkabom wo ho na ebuo wo ho na ye dwene party no ho dwen say yen individuals no. Na mentia said de ekoso my campaign from Adubo in time. Me am participated 2007. I was the youngest of the 17 aspirants. 2023 na meka ho. Now the ekoso ekrade e no so nipa 5 pe. Obeka say ai nti MPP na me woman ni ana. Se penimu ye MPP ni kujina platform so na wa horo unua MPP ni aye to abaye enum den abako na be weni ye nya nto aba obi anim de obe weni manfo betima ye didi city ompe nipa woda anajo Kwame na wani kata ebesi se obobo brima sorry no de esi wunu madam dabi na cha se ye control ye ho nyame ne boy esi ye gi nyame so di so enti se edanu bedru na be hwe ballot paper se nipa ne betima se ho de ama Kwabena Agyapong se be fa ba bi o obi anim de ebesi enti ani die na se ye de man ho ne ye koto abane wia DC 92 DC 98 no yetimi aye ne bisa because 92 year Mrante Young Executive Forum aneke dodo na ne support safodu e free say 1979 ye mu cheye UNC jinafa PFP jinafa UNC Pauli Obeda Samoa Alaji Drusu Mahama any a friend say Papa Kriana Mire Arampon Sanom nyina no mu UNC any a dubuahin mu nyina no mu UNC Agama and so ba PFP Mr. Kufuor Victor Osuni leader Safu Edu Sel binom niade enti yen kola no de we UNC for no kotare lima eche otimi BTV to ya nenso edu 92 no yesi debi yensu bibi free sa empapa mu na mali ma bedi president obi amra enti ye de na ke pese PF ni weni nenso so emre bia ni city politics no etimi pie sa time Rollins bichinchimi ensa krum ha ye hununti penimo otimi bone mu kasa ya Ghana shiki breaking the culture of silence. Delivered that famous speech, the Ghanaian Sphinx, Professor Dubois, inti onuna party photo abamano. Yewi adi asafo duye. Otamiye nyina komane trinkwa. Yewi ese mede mranti midomu jawo. So, eno tse nkabom ye to abawi o lego man te da se we yesel bi nipa, we kodua nipa, we adisi nipa. Ni enye ne sa. Ye to wie de be yi no ni nyina de akoma pa enuado ya ho de ne de atanechi
na this time bit mesisa
eno na make no kasa ni bi across the red line kasa ni bi across the red line enti wo munya propaganda na ebinumo ye ena yesin crofort fitem ena weti yesi emfa wemra ye na ye party no e wo ne fapim ti party no be yi nipa yewia adwuma eda party no say ye nyina be kwakoton nipa no me antimi ntran ka say yesi emfa de Ghana for we de hu de Ghana for pe we de na why chese Ghana for we asimesi no pa na obentim no pe we are a political party. There's something called leadership. Party no de nipa no betu ensem ye ko kan sem we no mato na yi ba ko na ya ko convince Ghana for say de de ne bani na ho odin ni se nti monto abama no na propaganda bi edi atum se da simesi no obentin bi de now streets no what are the streets and then there's no leadership na sane pedia ne nko fa me madam for Chatawale on no begina bonto nipa nyina be puaba on e popular anase stone boy anase sakode anase mboa Kwame
se Lumba tasia me hero Daddy Lumba ankwano so tiasia se na onde ka on be di president and so on the boy nyuma Akufo-Addo and the politics and running a government is not like business.
to omunya sanse mo ne yekeka no. Running a government is not like business, personal business. Running a government, you need a lot of things.
What's the difference here?
The difference here is, first and foremost, unhia subai, unhia nyansa, unhia abotre, unhia enidi.
But how are people?
You need all that to be able to run the government. After all, Dr. Kwabena Nkrumah started the industrial base of this country. So no new businessman.
Although no,
and I know only businessman. And I know any business. And Tienya is a casano. Sasanity there. Say Sika any business. Kadango any president. Nigeria. Bill Gates any president. America. And I say Elon Musk. Kasatso South Africa.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. Na me no me campaign me pese me bo obedient na say but niam ne bi ya ebufu kakra nipa ni bi kasa no ya ebufu kakra kasa te se de ye ne o party ni ni me ho
yeah
so ho dem chiro no na kasa ni bi ho a emfata eni die dim emfa ebu so emma so because we are see Kwame Nyankopon e free bi destiny
yeah
so niema PC wiase enti edru se abato se de obetimi ayere na waka timi de menam me two party for no for especially se abano ayeto 2024 no yeah party for kan se bi kire President Akufo-Addo onya 6.7 million plus
yeah
President Mahama nya 6.2 2020 come 2024 President Mahama less than 200 no de be kan dia. CS we 200 car 6.7 no KHM 700
yeah.
A Tiba FM 4.6 over 2 million difference
at a time where the voter register
had gone up. The tier ya ne say 2 million unreflective of President Muhammad. She say nkrofo no mbu afu no mutifi no maka se mwachire ti ese ye di aso etie ete wonse ni say nti no MPP ni betima ka say men to aba mpese ma me party ba opposition na che say name because wa anye ne de
yeah
enti se name ya course na anye ne de because bi amamu no name bi ye nyina nim se wiase nyina ba ye den COVID war across Europe ni name pi banking crisis happen in Ghana the way we managed it I criticized it
yeah.
Because me said na banks no say a mom liquidity of about 8-9 billion they can survive and then and turn things around
yeah
so that there will be no loss of jobs near there. So a baby I say na fe yenkohwa you say I spend 25 billion na ye there good banks na nkrofo asan akotrefi. I didn't think economically it was the best decision. Until I was one of the few people in June 2022 publicly me catch Mampeni say Mampeni Akufo-Addo me de fam say wakola na me. We are campaign 1998 me na me deal with him. I was your first campaign manager. Some American is from the bottom of my heart. Sisan omo manage economy no my. That was June 2022. That time I could do 7. I me say economic management. It will be any quantifiable. A friend of business confidence.
Yeah.
Say and we are shattered, but we are who till you remove those who are managing the economy.
Yeah.
6 months later, and sana a parliamentarians to the mechanics. No, I'm so say 88 to 70 say Bibisa enkosi. So me can say my atias say baby a one. Any heat be a back competition no ma me share dantia say. Any anon be a atra baby timi kasakra meko kan se bi wa ho California de. That is not how policies should be conducted. So and to say, a bit me atra and say a concern peace party. I had reason to say on a station, say it may be too little, too late.
Okay.
But it's better late than never. So because for over 6 months, and Nema Koso party for penny for my high. Ni say Tina Professor Philip what you can say more fatter than more kem. So them because the Nema Nakoso not saying there. Penino kai. So until there should be equity.
Yeah.
So yeah. There should be equity. Abuy the bobano and no one else the botechi.
Yeah.
Until if you are selective in the delivery of justice and the enforcement of discipline, Emma and Crawford, and take you serious.
But do you take time to look through peace pact?
Of course, now say me kwa de me wan do moche. First and foremost, peace pact. Enye edi keke ya toso.
Okay.
In fact, in the folder na omo de Bryan, ukoto eyina forms na eka ho.
Okay.
They've given you 5-6 a year. Say will sign,
okay,
endorse and get a witness.
Okay.
And we are presenting for filing. Why endorse we?
Okay.
In fact, 2023 we did the same thing, but I know man who did it.
Okay.
And TM se penny ba ku free mu ko independent no fu se nkaye who did ma Ghana for nyina hu se wo do wonsa hye krata ase a e bia ko nya ho kukudro se maybe my sign bibi, but I'm ignoring my own signature.
Yeah.
That would have brought public credibility.
Yeah.
So, say okay. Committee ni decide say you know say assign that day. Then so you say public nya witnesses. So time them say me campaign manager and me director of operations spend a sign. Person party mpenimfo former presidency me no nyina account. That is the only difference. And almost this soft copy Bryan days before.
Okay.
So I will me phone so I'm say meja okem the data yamo secretary of the committee they buy. Enti medium fuse the course no, it was just a PR gimmick. Ne just encroach. Ne na say na munya mo de mo cameras kusi ni so. Ya ko homa twa photo ka say enka ho. Enti the trick no you see na adwuma. The whole country's lenses were trained on him.
But it didn't end there. Who's to say he's on platform to say even those are more tout to say.
Me say o can say na me nwanwa.
Yeah.
Now I think we have to call the bluff of Kennedy Agyapong. We studio I mean no what can be that.
Yeah.
Now me and me pese to say yanhwim. Yanhwim ni assign IMF be kwa kutwetwe ti ni assign our debt ra. Sa kasa na emfata na onyai. Ade a waya na obi enka no hwenti. Da bia na okoso ye. I try to correct him because I'm a custodian of the history of our party.
Yeah.
Men trauma be me good party ntia. Asema o kan say nye no kre. Enso wo kan. Ade na complain about. Clause na say ye to abana eso accept. Is there? O ka say na say on person o sign because e bia na esisiu. Ena chairman o ka say enti na ye nsise during the presidential process. One, say me agent will be a print ballot.
Yeah.
Enti also agent, so we also appointed 2 agents for every polling station. Or more. Enti na saying be a saying but say or say 114 or 104 and 14. None the agent or where is the document to prove what he said? Where is the document to prove what he said? Enti oyobia ope explosive talk no be enka no hwe sa na obegina television so twa tro to me Kwabena Agyapong so say me makokum Adams or Tamale and I'm refi
yeah
wa mesu anyi ni glasses am mofo asema onim say enye no kre. Has he apologized to me? Where was the evidence of what he was saying? Catch and say yeah nam national security protection when it was never true. I've never asked for protection from national security, but it was all part of a calculated attempt. Say, on say meeting. Then penifon so no motion echi no oman kanti no. Okoso yes say mini pola focus sa. Ne Nyankopon yes utwa yes a friend say karma, law of karma.
Yeah. So to bobo there it bounce back to you.
And then the one na ekono. So no kofa no free sunwa buy. Aname boa we ase utu edubone ebi kawa no utu edubone ebi kawa no
on the corner.
Oh yes.
Now I like the way you coin it, President Agyapong. I like that phrase.
That's right.
President Agyapong.
That's right.
It makes it so simple. I hear me tate me te omomba studio bia me no wodi koro me te say Honorable Kwabena Agyapong, Engineer Kwabena Agyapong is a fine man. He can lead the country. But Omusu say delegates no and tomano. Metate, but this other miracle say if you know say he is competent enough he can do the job.
One can be crank also Niska.
So say
first and foremost, Kwame, they say Obia recognized universal. In fact, university lecturers be AABB, University of Ghana Business School.
Yeah.
Say I'm both good for the country and good for the party. Nipa 5 no me pe na mnya 2 no. Me pe na mnya 2 no.
No about 2 no ha no. O CPPD o. No say o pass am no. Onya MPPD o CPPD.
Na nra regional organizer beef CPP. Look at them him. O friend me true color na hu ye. No also o bompa ma me. Say Ghana here obi se me. Na me nam se o me da wase. Party for no nim. Say ye po bi a all the institutional memory of this party. Wabre party nim what ni suni ne ban aban mu makobi mu de o. I was press secretary to the president, the rank of a cabinet minister.
Yeah.
What is me dem sako ka ban sigada. And I say makoto to aban sase. And na makosisi de ne makese. There be me papa on penu wasem methodist ni yetete no. He has no time for materialism. If we ask sikade but he has no time for materialism. No, detete me. Enti me say aka me ahye mfie duni.
Yeah.
Enso me ba na aka nyankopon ahwe me a me de sa branti me nyi kakra o. Na enso so. Me nyi pa me ka o me nyi pa me nyi pa. Me nyi kakra. Mo jamuno ne de o.
No.
So enti me no de yana me party for no. Me sre wo. Wo mo enye de bebma party na gina. The Oman Ghana Bejina, Ubi Odino Cre, Ubi a Owatima. So, campaign a binum the eyes a show. Muska, and I'm here say, and I'm here say. Until I'm getting me better and better make him be as him. One munina. So, Moba party me home. Your course, you and it, nipa bako out of the force no. Busa say, Omo ye memo, my catches, you want no support. Menam them dear Kufuadu campaigning. They were not there. 2000 years na munyina maba, but if we are say the makase we are say no nyankopon enim. We obi say Dr. Bawumia about 2008. Obi ani ne sunsuma nyankopon de bono.
Yeah.
Kwa afaso through President Akufo-Addo, obey running mate 2 terms, vice president 2 terms. Enye sa omo ani breno. Ensam nimu enye adekro.
Yeah.
Nyame na sise. So with them show no. Enti obeto baba vice president na oba meeting I chance me kwabena Agyapong ye nyina yes sorry because ye bu nye ono as a person no
but
the
portfolio
the portfolio and the office and the party.
Yeah.
So with them show no. Enti me de me hu omo enne omanya bibi kakra. Nye se bibi no so bia omo ye bibi esronko. Party politics ya. They my friend political patronage.
Yeah.
Because
proximity to power.
President honor or what the prerogative to me say or appointed minister. On kase munye exams na una di first. There be enti ye minister. Na unya akwanya. Ebi a utimi ma contracts to my say ni ade. Na ubu ankrofo na ye campaign e de omo so abeboa. So the basket of resources available to my colleagues no eso because me 8 years no me am man to baby ya na makase maboa kwabrane anase obi so enti I'm running a very tight rope shoestring budget ti wu ko gina baby na ko biewa no say nipa esimesi ne obende de omo nka ho emfa say wu kra no ummu yen nti say ummu ade Sakasa nye kasa efata. It should never come out of the mouth of an aspirant. But a biaba. Yanka hoshi. So, inti me kase we nyina se. One way ye dede. Ono namu kekemu se na aban na hwe ne. Kana Agyapong. Na ne ye chairperson of Ghana Shippers Council. I think let's call a spade a spade. Nan ono amu ye chair of Ghana Gas. And everybody is aware amount of contracts in the 8 years of Akufo-Addo. Ninsakai. Some to the family people. But this is the same person. He says so obeda Akufo-Addo asino. onam no dina banyatem, trying to get the base of the party against the government. Also, you are the biggest beneficiary. Intimate ansem na trobia na say ye mano a firm riposte. So ye meeting and penning for friend. Me shada catch the President Akufo-Addo. Also a free and fair election or catch the UFO. And I'm sure, sir, Mr. President, the pass wakasa. Name your two chain, woman business, woman position. Number 2, the minister, agriculture and national security. Number 3, the vice president. Number 4, the minister of education cabinet. Me number 5, 0. Into where is the fairness? Into a static campaign, are we on the same level? So on them show no. Into a we ask no, as you didn't know, me make catch the party for no. Say a bufua a ma yeah party for 2 million and Twaba.
How do you bring them back?
That's the thing. To hear obi to say Kwabena Agyapong. Me na me nka ho. To makas and ye yade bia ye fair mu niema bia ye hwe ye nya no. Ono de oba ono kra betima obrodi because will give him the benefit of the doubt. So ono de no nka ho ntino. Nti sa abufuo na wo Ghana fo mu ene party fo ebe kofom. Nti I am the most viable alternative. I met me a cock ye party for na TV se mumra na mesusu ya kam ya hye mfie du te se mo enti muhu me as a symbol the bra mo bra empabo na hye mo amse mo na mo hyehyem me na me hye ne kese enti munsuma me a your welfare will be at the bottom of my heart. Me remfi mu da because bra ma bra no so mfie du me so ya twe me abo so o party mo. That is the big advantage that I have. So on them show menye say be strabo for. Then so be organ bia Kwame. When I was press secretary, I worked without blemish.
Yeah.
So on them show enti mudi me kwa me hun semo a ensheda no so. Nti I have that advantage. Ti me 2 party for no for me. So say dodo no etie. Abaye betu Saturday no. Baby edru no ending 1 party ni fapem ene enkabom.
Yeah.
Me de me kan kabom a kwa me nyama no na me di kan. De adubu aheye fi se man support no. Me support safodu enso ye de enkabom. De akofo ye because in 1990 obiam se me di Akufo-Addo achi enso kofo twe me de me be share ne ho te se ne ba press secretary to the president. Sa enkabom no 2024 me kan nipa 10 no me betra studio ha ye koto ye amanya bie no nkrofo ye dede wesi mi jai wesi showdown wesi me ka say hey party de nya sa na no ye to abawia ne ye wie se dodo no se Bawumia no mpa me Kwabena Agyapong me de ma ho den mi nyansa bibia beta na chi obi ameka ho.
And you did it.
I did it. I was the first aspirant to come out openly to give him my backing.
Yeah.
Not because of him as a person, because the party is a democratic party.
Yeah.
Yendi Twaba na dodo no ka, de dodo no kono. Ese obi a also do party no. Uyi wakuma mnya biara.
Yeah.
Nye biara ne di bedi ekira na say chance obi ma usika nsa ma bedi ekira da bi. I went in without conditions. Bawumia tiase musa no. No conditions. Me na kan me na call no. He didn't even need to call me. I just took a decision and said, hey, the way I no ya and man sorry anyina. We see wo jai we see say basa beba. Ni rally party no together. Enti the way me di nachi echitapa no. Se party force mama na ono so betima be di machi echitapa. Because they say there. See pe enkabom pa there. Unim say ensemo akoso ensemo binum aka no. Ye to abani wi a to get them to stand on the platform. No mo hwe Ghana for best.
And I think so
for the party to be united, me na my is a glue, starch,
and magnet.
Me na meti ma ji obia bom because me na me nka obia wansem bone.
Yeah.
And no kre na meka. Na say me home videos bi ma stressa, na je say me ka no kre. Bawumia camp o mu video a o mu use ani nyina me so ene Kwabena Agyapong. Je say bia say ma ka na dika sometime I me correct and say entisa. Me attack no me no kre no. I say me ka. No omu bo uko Kennedy camp so a obi busa me okumase ase se ya nto aba ma Bawumia na che se ye mpesirim fo asem na ya yusu na dompo na Bawumia de MPP en di ye pa eda obae no sebi
na one na agent secretary
na me agent secretary ba na mo council ho
okay
hinto na agent secretary issue card man as ye waive 5-year rule no man to the first day or enter and or call number 2 okay. The very first day he became a member, he became the number 2 in the party na dini we did running mates too or somebody vice too na senka o it career as vice president cry enye that's what that party na say asema meka eno so we ma fa say me say onye party ni me ma de clear unity ni na cha say Kwabena Agyapong
o kan okre but party for pa de say onsusu a de baye ema ye buy mu
that's right
ama chese ne o constituency bia na ka chama me no bi ho monka but ne obi a on voting right
that's right
I believe that those sancrophone yan as opportunity to abama o you know say wa
come on na me crowd na ka me pese e ba mu mo so ka former polling station for former electoral area for binum se yampene Kwabena we say o ba mu dudu ntiem ye de waka ye be pin up to constituency level me say me call I was it domi Kwabena na say ya waso ye refi ho no na chairman dada bi ba na me ni chairman we hu ni nu no kojo me hu best 8 years new former chairman omu mani because party no ade ya wo mu ne say wasum ekuo no unya free wakonya so a
obi yemfiu yemfrao ntu ko sunwa opania ogina party mu paama in the early 90s we di regional chairman na Bryan kase bom wa be di multiple time MP wa be di minister of roads minister of local government ko jwaje da ko ene Bryan ye bibia okowa na ebinum pese tata no na sana esise go SK Buafo almost start party wo land wa be di minister of Kumasi as a governor aye MP multiple times to be chieftaincy dey ye bibi akaze onka ho sana ye no Dr. Anane party ye pobia oka wo mo ehye from the beginning na oka ho Anane the time ye take kra no satan ye mu binya very political mo no mo ye Ashanti Students Union sana me nyina so into meetings of course first wo Kumasi ha ne ade nyina na ne ka ho only Victor's, me have done for Victor's, no only the first general secretary of the Buzia Dankwa Club. Party where Yabako said, Obisa Victor's say, one on an penny for the Kumasa at a crazy man, a movie diaconosmanos or Kumasa Babo, a Kufuado nomine, President Kofomo, Aman, yes, the Oma Statini and Sana. So, enti, media, Kakra mekanise, party no. Masum party no kwan paso me so ma me adwuma me ye obi anim se me ye press secretary me ye adwuma na nsen ya me koye executive director Ghana Institution of Engineering what's this how
the West Africa come ho be the executive director of West African Federation Engineering Organizations say America say we are seeing na World Federation Engineering Organizations Committee for Engineering and the Environment me kan politics intina ese kam ko China meeting o mentimi anko because na me ye campaign. So, media woman me adwuma me ye. I'm an achiever, but I'm a disciplined person. I enforce law, order, make sure that the right things are done. Media 2 million woman sem ne wo. Mo munye se we am here. Sika nipa na ma wan say 200, 300, 400, 500, or 1,000 cry. Ense samu shebre. So them show no. Or the man wa send or their show, na their show botum. Nemum ukodru ha. Usi ashisha de no so me nam dase ho. I say also na de by. Say sunsum na ba party.
History repeats itself.
Just Kufu akoda otete no castle ni nyansa ne na botre ne ni die ne kasapa ne nkaye nyina ode kire me no. Me susu na ekohye me na dase hoyi.
Okay.
Nti wo hwe wonsem a ekoto about 31st year Saturday ya. Shall you high five not the team asio. High five not the team asio. Ti kwame Mr. Party for no say womufa akomapa enuado na yemfanya ade na womunyae womu na Ghana for CC Ghana for CC ni ade ye party to be decide the pay ye wia ni akọ Ghana for e de akoto omanim ni akosere wo me bom pa ye say semo ame no mu kan ento makoma so no mu nto aba no mame because me dem party na bofra ya tete me party me do party no niema course nyina wonim kwame hwe atwima boss ma na matiko anhwe party da ma miema no ankakasa bi a emfata anchire party da, because I respect the party and I love the party intensely. Sebi mitifie 10 years ya say your power you cry na me pay at least me shop TV and this buy me TV and me near me yakakra so intermediate party no ena me dom misre wo mo toaba no boom ema Kwabena Agyapong number 5 na yempeja party ni sio na Ghana fo be hu say we are bringing a new lease of life, a new dawn, a new dimension, a new direction, and a new face on the ballot in 2028.
Engineer Bedasi,
that's it.
First lady, I'll meet you at the Plaster House.